overall super volatile day in here today. Obviously, that large pullback, and then you had that sharp little run up there. And then right after 2 o'clock, a nice little pop in here overall. And then the bottom just falls out of everything and continues into after hours. We have two green stocks in here we're going to talk about, though. So, as far as the overall market looks, basically not good at the moment, right? We're trading down basically below 730 with the SPY. We're down there about 728, 727, somewhere around there. We'll see where we end up tomorrow. And your Qs are right around that 659 area. So we're going to see if we get any sort of gap up in there, how that's going to affect things. But I'm not sure how it's going to affect these two stocks we're going to look at in here because they have been trading inversely with the overall market. So we're going to take a look at Best Buy in here. We're actually green on the day, 90.17 in here. To the upside, we're watching that 91.25 area. Outside of that, basically nice whole numbers, 92, 93, etc. Working our way all the way up to this 102 mark in here, which is a previous resistance from us in the past. Really, all these supports and resistance we're getting from 2025 in here. To the downside, what are we going to be watching? We're watching that $89 level. Then we're looking at 85.43, 83.45, and then we're looking at that 9-day EMA all the way down here at that 80.87. But really, we care more about this area right here, right around that 85, which is where your lower trend line is of this harsh trend line that we have in here. So if this does not get respected, then look for some consolidation here. Basically in between these mid 80s to right around the upper 80s. Look for some consolidation in there on any pullback. We're also going to take a look at Netflix in here. It's the little stock that could just keeps on pumping when everything gets worse. It's a little safe haven in here. And that's mainly due to the technicals in here just bouncing off this 200 SMA. You can see we were wrapped around it here 3 weeks ago, broke below it, but then we hit this lower trend line in here. I guess created a new lower trend line. That is, and then a nice little bounce off here with two green candles in a row here on our weekly. Nice little pop in here today, 2%, although we got a little bit of a hiccup in here, but 73.63 is where we ended up. To the upside in here, we're watching 75.76. Outside of that, we're looking at that $82 range. To the downside in here, we're looking at that key 200 SMA in here sitting at 71.23. Then outside of that, we're looking at 70.67, and then all the way down here at this 65 mark. This is kind of where your lower trend line is as well. So that's what we're looking at in here in these two stocks. Overall, not a good look in here. You did have Microsoft earnings and you had Meta earnings this afternoon after hours as well. So we're going to see how those shake out. So far, basically Microsoft green, Meta red, but we're going to see how things change overnight. We also have to worry about what could happen with Trump. What is he going to say? So that is something that we need to watch as well. PCE tomorrow. So all of that combined, we're going to see what type of action we get. Most likely, I would say that we're going to get a green open in here just because we pulled back so much so quickly there right at the end of the day. So any little pop in here is going to push us green. I'm not sure how far green, but I would say that we would probably gap up. But again, we'll have to wait and see what happens in here as futures open and then we go into overnight trading. So all in all, great volatile day in here. If you want to play with volatility, get that nice compression, nice contraction, and then expansion. And then overall, just a good price action coming with that basically throughout the markets in here. So let's see what happens in Best Buy and Netflix tomorrow, depending on how they're going to correlate and diverge from the overall market. So we'll see what happens in there. But all in all, let's just kind of continue trekking through here this crazy week so far. All right, guys, if you like this video, make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We also have a Discord service if you are interested, and you can find all of our socials in the description below.